So here's another radical question that's actually in your homework for this week, and I kind of want to do it because some people are getting it wrong. So if I'm going to add these two radicals together, obviously, again, the first thing that we have to look at from the other two videos that you saw is that they are alike. However, I do want to point out that 8 is not a prime number, so I just want to draw attention to, since they are both 8, I mean, I could technically add them together right now, but I also just want to see what the factors are. So when I do add them together, it's going to be -3 plus 5, which is 2, and radical 8, because they were alike, and I can, in fact, add them together. Now, however, that does not end up being your final answer. Here's why. When you're doing radicals, even though those were alike, again, 8 can be like broken down further. Here's why. 8's a number that when you factor it out, let's just see what the factors are, because you can break it down a little bit more. You want your numbers to be as low as possible. So 1 and 8, and again, factors are two numbers that multiply into the number you're talking about. So 1 times 8 is in fact 8. And if I keep on cycling the next number to see what the factors are, the next number after 1 is 2. 2 and 4 make up 8 if I multiply 2 times 4. Now the reason why I'm showing this is, again, what we've been doing again since we started doing distance learning is perfect square, perfect square. Which one do we select again? Ooh, sorry. This should be kind of now something that we think of right away. We choose the larger of the two. So I just want to point out that I'm going to rewrite the number 8 as 2 times 4. And again, I chose this combination as opposed to this one because this one has a larger perfect square. You know, I pick the largest one out of the batch that I have. Now when I rewrite that, 2 times 4 is in fact 8. So I do want to point out this is why this is not the final answer. Which of these two numbers here has a perfect square? 4. What is the perfect square of 4? It is 2. So again, I'm just going to show you something really cool, really cool these days, that since 4 has a perfect square is 2, I'm going to pull that out. So that's gone. That no longer exists under the radical. And again, this number came from the square root of 4, which is in fact 2. This 2 right here was this one originally. Now they're side by side. And eventually I put parentheses around them because that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply them in a second. What number is still under the radical here? 2. All right, so now let's get our final answer. What do I do with these numbers one more time? I multiply them. What's 2 times 2? 4. 4 radical 2 is the answer. Final answer. If you put this, that's not right, and it's because it's not simplified. Like 8 can be broken down a little further. So when we're doing all these questions for this week, when we're adding and subtracting, we do have to ask ourselves whether the answers can be simplified a little more. Like you don't want to put an unsimplified radical answer. So sorry, the answer is 4 radical 2.